Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here this morning. It is Friday, the 14th of December at the time of this recording today, and got a great topic for you today. It's literally a story from my life yesterday, real life Dan Hafner, and it is called Burn the F***ing Bridge. As always, thank you for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's story. Okay, so I was debating on what to talk about yesterday on this topic, for this coming day. And then the story happened last night, and I thought this is a great story to share. So my wife and I had tickets to go to this show in Charleston, West Virginia. It was called the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and it was awesome. Great show. Highly recommended if anyone ever has the chance to go. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, the story happens before the show. So we were on our way there, and we're trying to figure out our ticket situation. And we had bought the tickets a long time ago. And for some reason, I don't know why I did what I did, but I bought the tickets through Ticketmaster online basically, and downloaded the app and had the tickets on my phone ready to go. And I thought, my wife Dawson needs one on her phone, so there's a way to send it through the app, which I was like, okay, I'll just do that. So I sent it to her, and should have known, she never saw it for some reason and never got it. And then for some reason, when she clicked on it on her phone, it wouldn't pull up, and we couldn't get it figured out. So anyway, we're 2 minutes from getting into this place, and we can't figure it out. And there's no service because there's a million people right there all using the cell phone service, and there was just no way to pull up this ticket, right? So we had literally one barcode to scan to get in. And we go stand in line, and I'm like, all right, well, here, you just take my phone and get in, and I'll figure out a way in after that. So we go up to the guy, and he scans the one barcode, and she goes in, and then I say, hey, man, I don't have this other barcode. This is what happened, and it didn't work. And we're holding up the line. We're holding up progress. And I'm just like, oh, here we go. Dan screwed up again. And basically, I was like, okay, just go in, and I'll figure this out. So I get out of line. She goes into the show, and I literally have no way in. I am at the gate with zero possibility of getting in. I try to reload things. I try to play with my phone. I try to go online. I try to go through the app. I try to refresh stuff, turn stuff off, turn it back on. Literally everything I was trying, and some of us get into this trap inside of other things, right? You might be in a situation where you're just trying everything and you can't break through a wall, or you can't get to a certain level on something. And I've been there so many times. This was literally the epitome of things. And when I sat back and looked at it last night after it happened, I was like, oh my God, this is the story of my life, basically. So the next thing I did, there was just this feeling that something shifted inside of me. I was just sitting out there knowing my wife was about to be in there and watch the show by herself after we had planned to come to this thing for months. Okay. And I was like, okay, I literally just have to find a way in. So I got back in line, stood in line and out there by myself, and got up to the gate and told the guy, hey man, I tried getting in line before, my ticket won't go in, it won't show up, the barcode won't happen. He's like, oh, try this, and nothing would work. And I was like, dude, it's not gonna work, I'm telling you. And literally something inside of me was just it just clicked. And I sweet talked the guy. I was like, hey man, look, my wife's in there, we're on date night, I have to make this happen. Can you just let me in, please, man? I'm seriously, I bought the ticket. I'm not trying to steal anything. Let me in. And he's like, go ahead. And boom, show up. My wife's standing there waiting for me, and I saved the freaking day. Saved the freaking day. And it was like the worst situation in the world, capped off by like one of my proudest moments ever. Like, I shouldn't say ever, but like I was so incredibly proud of myself for like literally just finding a way, right? Like I could talk all day on this topic. I'm going to try to keep this one short, but like this small parable, I just hope you can take this lesson from this, that you can find a way to do whatever you set your mind to. Like, that is the epitome of what this podcast is about. Like, you can find a way. You can figure stuff out when your back is against the wall and you've burned the bridge. Like, I had no choice but to go back. Like, it was just a show. Like, my life wouldn't end. The world would not stop if I could not get into this thing. But I had nowhere to go except forward. I had no choice. And I made it freaking happen by just trying something different, attacking from a different angle, just not giving up. And I was super proud of myself for that. And that is the story I wanted to share with you guys, because when I sat back and I got into the show, I thought of this and I said, oh my God, like that was something profound. Like, seriously, like it's such a small thing, but when you learn to take these gifts from like things that happen in your life starts to change. And as I sat there at the beginning of the show, I thought, oh my God, like I overcame something there that should have been impassable. Like, I should not have been let in there at all. Like, that was a wall, a screen, a mountain, whatever you want to call it. And I figured out a way through it. I figured out a way over it by just sheer intuitiveness, grit, whatever you want to call it, like just literally sweet talking a guy through. And like I said, it's not a big monumentous thing that I did, but inside of that moment, inside of my world, that was enormous. That was absolutely enormous. Saved the day, had a great date night with my wife, and just absolutely made it happen. So where in your world can you find a freaking way? There's something that's stopping you. There's something that is your impassable gate, or your insurmountable mountain. Keep going. Figure out a way around it. Try something different. Tweak your approach. Do whatever you got to do. But I'm here to tell you, you can find a way around it. Find a freaking way. Find a way. Find a way. Burn the bridge and go. As always, thank you all for joining. I really, really appreciate you guys coming on the show here. That's going to wrap it up for today. Be sure to check out our live streams tomorrow for the weekend. And find a way. Burn the bridge. Whatever you got to do, get it done. As always, thank you for joining. Dan Hafner, signing off. Make it a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.